ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 1984 football season. At this time, I would like to introduce to you the Most Honorable Mayor of Mingo Junction, John L. Lewis.
This evening, on behalf of the City Administration, I have the distinct honor and pleasure to be able to give the first welcome to the John G. Muth Stadium in Mingo Junction, Indians. I want to make it very brief because I know we're ready to see football, so what I'm going to do now, I want to read a proclamation in honor of John Muth. It says, whereas on August 31st, 1984, the Indian Creek School District will rename Mingo High School Stadium in honor of former coach John Muth. And whereas Mr. Muth has enjoyed a long and successful career as both a coach and an educator at Mingo High School, whereas Mr. Muth is still a vital and active part of our community. Now therefore I, John L. Lewis, do hereby proclaim August 31st, 1984 as John G. Muth Day in the city of Mingo Junction, and join with the entire community in honoring Mr. Muth for his dedication and service to our community. So at this time I'd like to make this presentation to John Muth. John thanks me, it will serve me because the kind of man this man has been to the city of Mingo Junction, we should all be thanking him for the kind of dedication he's had to our community. To get along with the program, I want to do something else very quickly here. I want to present a certificate of appreciation. It says, whereas Woody Hayes has returned to Mingo Junction to honor Mr. John Muth, whereas Woody Hayes began his long and glorious coaching career here at Mingo High School, whereas Woody Hayes has also always been a public spirited citizen and an outstanding coach and educator. Now therefore I, John Lewis, do hereby commend Woody Hayes for his outstanding career, and I proclaim him an honorary citizen of the city of Mingo Junction. Woody Hayes.
and gentlemen, the Superintendent of the Indian Creek School District, Mr. Joseph J. Aguirre.
Thank you, Mr. Welch. On behalf of the Indian Creek School District, I'd like to welcome all of you tonight for this fine dedication of John G. Muth Stadium. We welcome our Stanton fans and we welcome our Mingo fans. The resolution to rename the stadium John G. Muth Stadium came by the Indian Creek Board of Education, and I would like to introduce the members who are here this evening. Martine Huber, please stand, Martine. Bob Becker, Carol Davis, and George Thompson. These are the members of the Indian Creek Board. Now, ladies and gentlemen, John G. Muth, educator, a teacher of young persons, is to be remembered for a long, long time by the people of Mingo Junction. He's remembered mostly by the people whose lives he directly touched, the students who he had in school, the students and athletes whom he coached during his many, many years here in Mingo. For this dedication and this loyalty, we appreciate John G. Muth. He will long be remembered not only by those people, by the generations and generations of young Mingo students whose parents and grandparents actually directly benefited from the principles which John G. Muth exemplified. John G. Muth is twice blessed. He will not only be remembered by his association with young men and young ladies, but he will be also remembered by the association with the stadium and the renaming of the stadium, and for this we thank the people of Mingo Junction.
Graduate of Mingo High School in 1945, a state representative today from Findlay, Ohio, and Hope Sunday Governor of the state of Ohio, Mr. John W.
It's a pleasure to be back here after 40 years. I played a little football here myself 40 years ago. I don't think I have to say anything about the football coaching record of Coach Hayes, but I would like to say this. He's an American, he's a statesman, he's a great humanitarian. Just a month or so ago he was in a hospital, but we consented to make this trip down here because he loved the people of the community where he started. I think all of you know of all of the things that he's ever done, and some of you don't know the little things that he does in the background. I think this is one great person, and I'd like to see you give a great Mingo Junction welcome to Coach Woody Hayes.
I'm mighty happy to be here tonight, and I want to congratulate your Board of Education and your community in what you did in naming this stadium for John Muth. I can think of no one who would deserve an honor like this as much as John Muth, because he's a coach here for some 12 years. And every man that he worked with, every player that he worked with is a better man for having played with John Muth. And on top of that, he was also the principal of your high school for many, many years. And in that capacity and position, he helped so many of the students of this community. As a matter of fact, you would have to look a long, long way to find anyone who has contributed more to his community than John Muth. And that's why I'm here tonight, is to respect and pay honor to him. To give you a little idea how long we go over here, he started coaching here 60 years ago this fall. I came here 49 years ago this fall as his assistant. So you'll see what a long period of time. But the things that he has done then and in the time since, he'll live with people because he indoctrinated us in the right things. I might just say a word to you football players tonight. I think it's wonderful you come here and gather around and be a part of this. And I hope you'll remember this momentous occasion for John Muth. But I want to say something more of a more practical nature. Now you've been here, off your feet, you are exercising and getting in shape and sweating. Now you've been down here for 15 or 20 minutes. You better make doggone sure you get going again before the ball game. I say that for a very definite reason. There's one thing that I did in sport better than anybody else. Better than anybody else. As long as I coached, and that was about 45 years, I never had a critical injury. And one of the reasons we avoided was going to do just for you to get up and get warmed up before you go into that ball game. Get warmed up before you get into it. Because we always have, with practice, we used to call off the last play. Because I've studied a lot of situations where you got a bad injury on the last play. So I let them run the scrimmage around, and then I blow the whistle and say, on in, to avoid that last injury. But if you stay in shape and get in shape, and let me show you something I am a great believer in. Son, you come up here a minute, will you please? Here. I'm a believer in this. Now you get down on all fours and face feet. Not them, feet. Now who's going to hold this? One of you fellas come up and hold this.
Oh.
Now, don't be so lazy. All right. But I believe this very seriously. That every practice, now make your neck stiff and keep that head high. Now, let me pull. All right, now, let me push on. Make it stiff. High. All right, now the other way. Right, hard. And now, under your chin. Let me lift you up. All right. Now, you should do that in every practice at least twice. That's the most important exercise of all. Because about as bad an injury as you can get is what they call a brain stem injury in the back of your neck. But if you build that neck up so you have a full neck, you know, Overeat's the sports writer asked me one time, said, do you think girls ought to play football? And I said, heck no. Because to play football, you ought to have a full neck. And who wants to see a girl with a full neck? We've been twice every practice, and we never got a serious injury with the neck or the brain stem, never. So I mention that because it's just impractical. Because football is a great game, and you'll carry it with you forever. And the things you get from it are this. In football, when you get knocked down, what do? You get up and go again. You bet you do. You get up and go. All right, number two, you go back to the huddle, and you all get the same play, and you run the same play together. There'll get to be too many people in this country. Too many people are talking on the left and the right and all that stuff, and helping this group and helping that one. They had a statesman say the other day, he said, I'm not interested in the right and the left, I'm interested in up or down. He said, we're going to go up. And that's what every good football team learns. And they learn to go up by going to the huddle and getting the same play and running it together. And the third one is in football, there's nothing comes easy. There's nothing worth a dime that comes easy. As a matter of fact, I never saw a football player make a tackle with a smile on his face. There's nothing easy about it. And that's why it's the greatest game of all, by far. Saturday team where they kick the silly ball around and all that. The better game is a tougher game. And that's why I want to congratulate you fellas for being here. And that's why I want to congratulate your community for having football for over 50 years. Because it's a tough game. It's a demanding game, and it takes character to play it. Congratulations, and may you have a great team here tonight. And to my great, great friend John Muth, I can't tell you how happy I am to be here for your great honor. Thank you very, very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, it's an honor being here this evening beside a man of John Muth's stature. 40 years in education in Mingo. He started here in 1924, he retired here in 1964. He was principal of Mingo High School for 24 years. At this time, John, I would like to present you with your season ticket, and this seat will be yours, John, until you want it. This is the same seat John has been sitting in, I know, for the last 15 years. When we started this committee, we ran into several things. We ran into a man from Houston, Texas, who graduated here from 1938. And one of the things when he sent us his contribution is we were to invite him when we had the celebration for John. Mr. William Burke from Houston, Texas, ladies and gentlemen, take the first for the celebration. At this time, Mr. Bill Bertell, the president of the Mingo Athletic Community Improvement Committee.
Thank you, Mr. Wells. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Improvement Committee, I'd like to present this evening to this meeting.
On behalf and with the thanks of the players who have performed, who do now perform, and who will perform for Mingo in the future with the same dedication, loyalty, and enthusiasm after whom this stadium is named, I accept this seat. Thanks very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, back in December, when we first thought of the idea of my time to make an improvement committee in Mingo, we started out with a handful of people. When we undertook the project of trying to renovate and build a new locker room, a concession stand, and several of the other ideas we had, you don't know how lucky of a community you have in trying to find talent to do the job for you. We found the talent in Mingo, free labor. We paid for no labor on any of this. We built a $60,000 building for approximately $15,000. Ladies and gentlemen, I think all of you owe a great deal of gratitude to the Mingo High School Athletic Improvement Committee that's sitting here to my right. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand for the national anthem with the playing of the Mingo High School alma mater.